Hey, what's going on? I'm glad you could join. It's been a whole 24 hours since I've done this, so I'm excited to dive in and start talking about some of these other things I'm going to be doing, namely working on some of the feed. I put this all in the description. So we've got like RSS feed, the site map, things like that. So I've got some plans for that, and I'm hoping to get it done and get it done well. So we have a few UX things as well, and I've been working on a video about custom components. So I want to take a look at the icon part of things again. So we'll take a look at that here. I think I might start with that just because I'm thinking about it. All right, so let's start with our icons. And so we're just going to go to our localhost admin, and there are a couple things that I want to try here. So the first thing is we're going to go to our logo and icon here, icon. So what I want to do with the icon, which is this little M right here, is not this. We're going to keep it as an image tag, and we're going to use CSS to change this up. So that should be right. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to wrap this image in a link, which is going to take an href, which we're going to do /admin. But what this is going to do is it links the icon, so it acts as a way to get back to the dashboard. So obviously that's not going to do anything because I'm already at the admin dashboard, but that'll come in handy if like I'm in Pages and I want to move back. I can do that. I don't actually know if that was there before, but it is now. We can actually check that because if it's a link inside of a link, that's going to be an error. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's not a link on the home page. You know, that makes sense. I'm not too worried about that. So next up, so what we're working on right now is getting the icon to change based on light or dark mode preference. And so one thing with custom components, that's not what I'm looking for, but payload is. Let's make this a little bit bigger for myself. We're going to go to the docs, and we're going to go down to custom components. And then we're going to look at our root components, because in here we've got our graphics icon, graphics logo, but we also are able in our components to get like payload out of it. So default props, I'm going to try this. So we're going to go to our component, and so we're going to put this back to be about 3/4. We're going to go over to our icon, and we're going to, just to take this, we're going to import type payload from payload. And we've got this constant, but let's turn it into a function just so we can follow the same pattern here. What we're going to do, let's unbreak this, but I want to use the local API in order to get the icons instead of the REST API that I'm doing there. So we're going to do an async function, which I wonder if I have to do an export. Probably. We're going to see here in a second. So payload. That looks correct. It is correct. All right. So let's just try it out. So we'll do const icon equals await payload dot find global. So what I'm trying to do is query this icon, and I'm trying to get the payload object to be used so I can use the local API. Perfect. There's that. Great. So now I should be able to do slug, and then this should be global settings, and then I should be able to select just a few things. let's just hold off on that. Can I refresh now? Perfect. Okay. Nope. Nope. So just for a second, we're going to get rid of the icon. I know it's not. I think I have to generate our payload, generate import map. Now, npm dev, that should get rid of the old import map. If it doesn't, I'll just add it back. Okay, so we're good. All right, so we're going to go to our global settings API, go back over to our icon. Yeah, so we have select logos. I should be able to just set that to true. Yeah, okay. Oh, and there it goes. Perfect. So now we can take these constants here and this return, and then select all of that, paste all of that. All right, and so this should be globals logos possibly undefined, which that should have been an error that I got a long time ago, but I guess I didn't have types really set up. Then this probably, and file name should exist. This I can probably do. We're at icon, so light mode icon, file name, and then, yep, we're out here simplifying. And then this should be dark mode icon. And then I should be able to then get this back in. Let's generate generate our import map again. Or I guess it needed to refresh. Either way, let's see what happens. Icon is not, oh, I need to export it. And then as long as this works, I can get rid of this. And then we're going to do a dark and a light mode thing. Perfect. So we've got our dark mode icon from our local API, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So now we're going to need a class name here. And in this class name, we're going to do, so this is the dark mode, and then we're going to need to do another image. So we should be able to put this into a fragment, and then we're going to copy this image, and this one's going to be light mode. Now, of course, this is going to not really do anything for us yet, but we can do light mode icon. This should be light mode icon, light, just icon URL. And then this is light mode icon. Light mode icon. Light mode icon. Perfect. So what this is going to do, it's going to add both icons, if both can even show up. There they are, really hard to see, especially since it's already dark mode. But if I switch it to prefers light mode, which that's actually not even the best way for me to do that, we can do light. You can see the icon a little bit there now. All right, so we'll set this back to dark. And now we're going to go to Payload's custom SCSS file, which is somewhere somewhere around here. All right, so now we have a light mode and a dark mode. So just to make sure that this works, we'll do background color pink. All right, so dark mode, we have pink right there. And if I do the same thing for light mode, do pink. And then so all of that background color should be pink now. Great. So what we'll do is at media, and we'll do prefers color scheme dark. We'll then use our dark mode CSS, it's all the same. And then we'll need our light mode in here as well. And so really we don't actually need dark mode here, because all this is going to do is do display none. So now we should see this recenter and the other one go away. And to do the same thing here, we'll do dark mode, display none if it's under this. And so I may need to explicitly say that it needs to be light mode, but we'll see here in a second. Yep. All right, so then we can do at media, prefers color scheme light, and there we go. So that should come back now. Great, perfect, wonderful. So next we're going to do the same thing that we just did for the icon, but we're going to do it for the logo. And so I am just going to copy all of this, and we're going to, I don't actually want to do that as an SVG. I can go to our logo and just replace all of this. Make sure that payload imported, we've got our into icon here. And then instead of square logo, we're going to do landscape logo, dark mode landscape. That should be the same. It's just saying that it is a duplicate code. So what we'll need to do next, and I closed off our server, so I could do this, is we need to disable our auto login. So I can do that here, and then restart our server, and then this should log us out. So I'm going to go to localhost 3000, admin login. It's going to do some stuff. It'd be helpful if I didn't break stuff. Oh, I thought I changed this already. Logo. Try that again. All right, that should load up, and now we have our dark mode icon there, and then if I switch this to be light, nothing happens, but I think it's because, there we go. So now I'm not doing it based on the data theme, I'm doing it on my browser's preference. And so here's one cool thing I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to overwrite the background color, I hope. I think I can do it just by coming into here, and let's define our root, and we're going to set a new variable, or we're going to take, not theme text, I want our background color, which is not there, should be, I want to change the background color is what I'm trying to get at here. Modal container, oh, theme BG. All right, so let's try that. So we're going to try overwriting theme background with our dark primary. I don't know if this is going to work. I haven't tried it before. We should actually just try it with pink first, just to see if we can get it to work. Yep. All right. So there's that. And then we can do, so it doesn't work with variables here, but I can just replace it with the hex value there. So that's not what I would actually do, especially for dark. So we'll just leave it how it is. Let the dark mode take over. Let's go ahead and refresh. So all of this should be correct as soon as I undo all of my changes. Cool. So now let's re-enable our auto login, so I don't have to worry about that. And now we have both our icon and our logo with both a light and dark mode preference.